Hello, Santa Barbara and Montecito. My name is Daniel Zia. I'm the founder and CEO of Zia Group here with eXp Realty on the Central Coast, and I'm here to deliver our monthly promise to be your real estate economist of choice and to keep you up to date on what's happening in our real estate market in South Santa Barbara County, and specifically the areas of Santa Barbara and the outside areas in the luxury market of Montecito and Hope Ranch. So to begin with, our market is still very active. If you look at what is actually selling in our market and how quickly it is selling, it's actually a very active market. It's still defined as a seller's market versus a buyer's market. And we've had some interesting things happen kind of on a national level economically with what's happened with some extra bank closures and some other elements there. Our market has continued to stay strong. Now, when you look at the key factors in our market, we do have lower inventory. We have about 26% fewer listings that have come on the market this year, and we've also had fewer sales. We've had about 35% fewer properties went into escrow year to date, and our sales prices, both our average sales price and our median sales price year to date over year to date, that's everything from the beginning of the year through the end of April from a statistical perspective compared to the same time period last year, we are seeing the median and sales prices actually lower. So our median price is down about 13% and our average price is down about 11%. Now, that doesn't mean that the property that comes on the market that's well priced is going to sell for 13% or 11% less than last year. The well-priced properties that are still in the target demographic, like the target profile that buyers want to buy, are still selling. For example, most of our properties this year have still sold in the first week or two with multiple offers and still often over the asking price. A good example of that is we have a new listing at 176 Ocean View Avenue, kind of just south of Summerlin, and that property we brought on for just under $3.2 million. We had 5 offers. We ended up going over the asking price with a quick escrow, all cash, no contingency. So still a very strong market. So that's the kind of activity that's out there right now. Now, we are still seeing on average properties sell a little bit below their asking price. Properties on average are selling 3% below their last listing price and about 4% below their original listing price. So if there was a price reduction in that amount of time. There are several active segments of the market that are kind of overly active right now, partly because the inventory is so limited. Anything in that $1 million to $1.5 million market that's a single family home is still flying off the shelves. We've had a severe shortage of inventory for years in that kind of price point. So anyone that's trying to get a foothold in the market that wants to be in a single family home versus a condo, they're really having to compete versus with a number of other buyers right now. And we're seeing a lot of those properties sell very, very quickly. Now, conversely, we're also seeing really good sales activity in the luxury market. I mean, a good example of this is we had 10 sales over $5 million last month in April, and 1850 Delinda Drive, which is in the gated community of Ennisbrook and Montecito, that sold for a whopping $18,500,000, one of the highest all-time sales in that gated Ennisbrook community there in Montecito. So there's still activity. The condo market, when you compare the condo market to the single family home market, is actually even a little bit stronger. Homes on average are selling for a couple percent above the asking price on the condo sides, and they are even selling quicker. On average right now, there's a condo on the market, it might only take 2 or 3 weeks to sell on average. If there's a single family home under $5 million, that may take more like 2 to 6 weeks to sell. And if there's a luxury home that comes on the market on average, that's taking more like 6 to 9 weeks to sell. On average, just about a couple of months there. So the market is still very, very strong. Now, when we compare this market to last year's market, this is what I've really been waiting to see the statistics in this time of the year. Is last year we started having, just a little bit prior to this time of the year, we started to see the interest rates really started to hike up. And so we're now starting to get really the first batch of statistical evidence comparing this springtime market to last springtime market after the rise in interest rates, which to me is a much more kind of similar, kind of comparable market. So the interesting thing is we're actually seeing a greater percentage of the new inventory sell this year versus last year at the same period of time once those interest rates came up. And what that means is about 80% of the new inventory that came on the market last month ended up selling versus the previous year in that same time period, about 75% of it sold. So we're seeing 5% more of the new listings that come on the market now actually sell compared to last year. So our key factor still is a severe shortage of inventory. If you are a home seller and for whatever reason you've been waiting to sell your home, one of the key factors is we're missing a huge chunk of our inventory, and we have a backlog of buyers that are waiting to buy it. So it's a great time to bring it on the market to capitalize on that and still make your transition goals happen. There are still lots of cash buyers out there. Last month, there were about 36% of the buyers were cash. So more than one of every three buyer out there is cash, as the anecdotal example that I shared of our previous, our recent listing that went into escrow with the cash offer. In that scenario too, the seller is even getting a period of time after the close of escrow to make their transition happen. So if you have any questions, please reach out to your preferred Zia Group Realtor partner or just call our company line or reach out to me directly. We're happy to answer your questions. There are some things going on that are more situational, and we're happy to hear more about your goals and help kind of fill you in on what's happening that's situational and create a plan of action for you. It's all completely confidential. And if you're a buyer and looking to buy a home and still interviewing agents and deciding what you want to do there, please do reach out. We have a number of new listings on the market, and we sold a number of them off market already this year. I mean, case in point, in San Roque alone, we know 3 potential off market properties just in San Roque. We'd be happy to share more details to you and see if we can help you pair that up even in an off market situation. Okay, friends, until next month, have a great rest of your May.